What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you read the title, we will be doing the 2025 setup tour. There's been a couple changes, but I think it's more on the layout changes. I think my last video last time was kind of like not properly made. It was very rushed. So this time I took the whole day, not really the whole day, probably the whole evening to film the video. Without further ado, let's get started. Remember to check out my socials. Thank you for hitting about 177 subs, I think. I made that one dream cinematic, which really improved a lot. So hopefully I can make more of those in 2025. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So I think first things first, we're going to start off with the mouse. I've been using the Glorious Model O wireless for about 2 years now. What I really like about the Glorious Model O is that it's light, but not that light. So I think some mouses are way too light, which I don't like it when it comes to like controlling your aiming. The Glorious Model O is about 69 grams. There's this button near the scroll wheel where if you click it, you can change your DPIs. And using the Glorious Model O software, you can change your DPI, add macros. I don't really use the RGB often as it uses up the battery. But other than that, it's one of the best mouses I've ever used compared to the G502 wireless. So for my mousepad, we have the Pulsar Superglide 2, the XL edition. I forgot to film a voiceover of me talking, so I had to do one while editing. But let's just move on to the keyboard. So next on the table, we have the GMK67. These have putting Keycaps PBT, the white ones, with Milky Yellow lubed keycaps, and they sound like this. Now what I like about the GMK67 is that it has this dial on the top right where you can adjust the volume. I think most keyboards have this option. Actually, quite a lot of these keyboards have this option, but I just really like the silver button on it. I've been meaning to change my keyboard now, but I haven't found a reason to. In terms of the delay, it's not that bad, but I think it's better when you connect it wirelessly than using Bluetooth. It also has a 2.4 connection, which is via the USB. I do use that sometimes, but not all the time. The connection it uses from wired is the USB-C. Same for the Glorious Model O. Yeah, it's fully custom made. I bought it all on Shopee, or you can get it on Amazon as well. Other than that, let's move on to the headset. So the new headset that I'm currently using is an earbud. It's actually a IEM. It looks something like this. So these are the Moondrop Chu 2s. They're really budget. They're about 30 Singapore dollars, but I think I got them for like 25 because of the vouchers. The audio you get is similar to AirPods Pro. Now, AirPods Pros do cost about 250 or 300 Singapore dollars. And just comparing them with these $30 ones and the AirPods, they're honestly about the same. So for the price that you can get this, I think that it's really good. The reason I don't use my G733, the big gaming headset anymore, is because the earmuffs got like really dirty and smelly. Okay, I do buy new earmuffs, but I feel like if I have to buy new earmuffs, might as well get a new headset overall, because like why would I want to be spending probably like $15 on new earmuffs every month? So that's why I switched to these IEMs. Although they may hurt my eardrums a little when I use it for long hours, I have no choice. But for music, gaming, and productivity overall, I think they're really good. Next is my two monitors. So we have a Asus VG278. It's 165 Hz and 1080p. This is my main monitor for gaming and editing. What I like about this monitor is the 5 to 4 dials on the right side. So these dials can change the color settings as well as add a crosshair and a timer. My second monitor is a Asus VA24E. It's 60 Hz and 1080p as well. Although it can go up to 75, my cable is the very old one, so it's just stuck at 60. I mainly use this monitor to watch YouTube, Discord, or doing color correction in editing. And lastly, we have my gaming PC. So that thing is still the same as last year's. It has a 3080 Ti with 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB SSD, 1TB hard drive, and then a separate 500GB SSD for Windows. But I usually just put at least 2 or 3 games on there, like the small games. And then for my hard drive, it's where I store all my photos and videos. And then my SSD is for just purely gaming. The CPU is a Ryzen 7 5800X, and the motherboard is the N7B550. It's the black one. It's super clean. And for the CPU cooler, it's a Kraken Z3 from NZXT. So basically my whole build, my whole PC build is surrounded around NZXT. Now it's not really optimized for performance, I guess, NZXT, but it's more on like aesthetics. But as you can see from there, you can't really see my PC. It's hidden behind like my monitor. It's because I don't have space to put such a big case here, because like my area in this room is kind of small. But I quite like it at the back there because you can't really see it, right? Although there is some limitations to putting at the back, is it can get slightly hot. Usually when I game, it goes to around 70 to 80, and then when it's resting, it's around 50 to 60. It hardly goes to 40 because number one, the air in Singapore is like hot. Like my house is hot, so it's overall gonna be hot. I don't turn on the aircon because like it's just too expensive. I only use aircon at night. Alright, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully in 2026 I'll be able to, upgrade more of my setup, where like the mouse, the keyboard, and the 2 monitors. As you guys also may realize that the table is different as well. It's some IKEA table I bought for like, I think 70 bucks, and then the table legs, we already had them in storage room, so we just like build everything together. Hopefully in 2025, I think I have 2 goals. One is to definitely make more videos. I think in 2024 I was lacking a lot of videos, and the second goal is to hit, thinking realistically, probably like 500 subs, depending on how consistent I can upload. 2025 might be a bit hard to do a lot of uploads as I'm going for intern and I gotta study. But other than that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.